Greetings, normies. Welcome back to Do Not Like, Do Not Read, the month before time. I will be John today, and we will also have today Adam.
At your service.
And Grim.
What is up, my spooky fellows?
I love that. So anyways, it's been a hot minute since we checked in with Grim. Grim, what did you bring to us today again?
Today I reached far back into the internet archives in one of my favorite fandoms, that being Power Rangers, from a story from 2002, simply titled Power Rangers. In all caps.
All caps. And I mean, technically the first Power Ranger season was with dinosaurs, so it technically fits.
It qualifies.
Yeah. If you have a problem with that, come fight us. We'll take you on.
Back off. We'll take on anyone.
Yeah, we will. Because we're headstrong. Yeah, the story is written by an author called Stealth Photographer, which makes me just think they were some sort of pervert. You know, if you're taking pictures of people without telling them, you're kind of a pervert.
To be
so
fair,
what you're saying is Peter Parker's a pervert for Spider-Man. That's what you're telling us.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If you look at the story's picture, it is a picture of the actual Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Because you can see the flash on the camera. So maybe he is just a stealth photographer.
Whoa.
He was on the show and just decided to just take a picture of Ned's this is Ned's actual survival guide.
His survival guide.
Okay. Can someone read the opening blurb to us?
In this Power Rangers / Sailor Moon / Dragon Ball Z crossover, see the first group of Power Rangers and how they saved the medieval world.
The medieval world?
What's the medieval world look like, you think?
I assume it's a different planet. It's not medieval times, it's the medieval world.
It's what happened. It's the world that took place before the magic crystal of that Sailor Moon uses reincarnated the moon people into the planet Earth.
Oh, yeah. Also, one of the genres of this story is horror. So that's a concern. I never thought of the Power Rangers being a horror story.
Yeah, you don't remember all the horror movies the Power Rangers had?
I mean, if you think about it, it's about a creature beyond time and space, taking young people and subjecting them to cruelty unforeseen by the likes of mankind.
Child soldiers have been a thing in this. Child soldiers have been a thing in this story since the beginning.
Yeah.
I guess we start.
Yeah.
Every generation has a legend. Every journey has a first step. Every saga has a beginning. This is this one. Power Rangers, Episode 1. I'm glad it's this one and not that one.
I love this one. It's the one. Like in the Matrix.
This is Neo. He's not part of the story.
Hey bro, how about you write more of your story before you call it a saga? You know?
Written by what we're hoping isn't the actual author's name.
Toddworld 99.
We might have to bleep that out in post.
Yeah, we'll just put a black bar over it. It's fine.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Disclaimer.
You know, though, their middle name is D, so it means that they're special in the One Piece universe. That's pretty cool. He's
Luffy's medieval ancestor.
Counterpart.
Disclaimer.
One of those two things.
Disclaimer. Power Rangers are copyrighted by Saban. Sailor Moon is copyrighted by Naoko Takeuchi. Dragon Ball Z is copyrighted by Akira Toriyama. All additional characters are copyrighted by
Toddworld 99.
First of all, there's no way this guy actually filed copyrights. Second of all, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon are also here.
Yes, this is a wide arching story.
Yeah, I know that you mentioned in the top. It's starting to sink in right now.
It takes a second till it hits you.
Yeah, I know.
Especially with the name just being Power Rangers.
But it's just Power Rangers. It's not like Power Rangers crossover, Power Rangers a crossover story. Just Power Rangers, meaning that in the essence of Power Rangers as it is, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon are also just part of that universe.
They're canon. They're part of the universe. We don't question it. You
Yes,
know this
of
if you knew
course.
Power Rangers, you know? It's simple stuff, really.
Yeah, I guess the only Power Rangers I ever watched was Time Force, and I guess they retconned all that stuff by the time Time Force came around, which is really
you
sad.
gotta understand, a lot of stuff changed when Time Force came out. It was time travel, you know? It fucked with everything.
Yeah, they went back so far back in time they eliminated the Dragon Ball Z crew altogether.
Removed.
So
and also, technically Piccolo just destroyed the moon, so, you know, that place is also fucked.
relatively casually too, you know.
Relatively casually.
Author's note. I had been having writer's block for a while, so I decided to go back to the basics. Pure Power Rangers. Kind of.
Kind
Nonsense.
of.
Just a little bit. But for my fans, don't worry. I'm not going far off my original storyline. You'll just have to see where it all ties together. Keep an eye out. When I mention characters from Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball, I use the original Japanese name. I can't
Oh
wait.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The one name. The
Some
one name to
very
rule them all, I guess.
interesting line break design here. I like it.
I also
I
like
do
that
like
they
that.
just randomly randomly capitalize letters like basics and block from writer's block.
I like original storyline. The OSL.
That's the medieval version of OCSI.
Yeah, of course. May 26th, 810 AD.
So Jesus exists here.
We're just going all the way back.
Are you implying that Jesus didn't exist in the Power Rangers universe, John?
No, I'm saying he exists in the medieval world.
Oh,
Well, no,
okay.
you see,
You're right. There
Moses-
is a medieval Jesus. You're right. Okay.
Moses split the Red Sea using a power morpher. Lesser known info right there.
Someone bring to us a really good Bible Power Rangers crossover. By the way, we would love it.
That would be
Moses, the Blue Ranger. Report of Count Roger Funella II, somewhere in Germany. We're not really sure where. Somewhere over there.
Someplace, you know.
just throw a dart at a map. You'll probably hit it.
Well, Germany is just one big country town. We've already
Exactly.
established this, so you know.
A cold wind blew across the valley as 8-year-old Thomas Nacko lay down on his back, looking at the clouds with his promised girlfriend, 8-year-old Sarah Branch.
Promised girlfriend?
That's one thing. The name Sarah Branch is it's a choice.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also,
it's part of the Branch
The
dynasty.
Branch dynasty.
You know, back in the day, it wasn't unusual to get betrothed to somebody when you were really young because, you know, different rich people would try to, like, you know, unite power and everything like that. But promised girlfriend.
Yeah, not promised wife, promised promised girlfriend. It might work out.
It's just, the medieval world is more civil than ours because, like, in Black Butler, Ciel is straight up engaged to his cousin. And that's happened sort of in the real world here. So
It happened in the real world all the time. There was so much incest, bro.
In-depth discussion during the Power Rangers.
It's getting cold, isn't it, Tommy?
Sarah asked. It sure is, Sarah, Tommy replied. Do you want to go back inside? Sarah said.
No, let's just see how many clowns we can watch until it gets dark.
Let's do it, Tommy Funella.
Tommy
This is-
Funella.
Man,
That
the
last
world
name
without
is-
TV and the internet was dark. You just had to stay outside and watch clouds all day.
Until it did get dark, then you couldn't even watch clouds.
Jeez. It's really sad.
Tommy said, Look there, it looks like a duck. Sarah said,
Where?
Tommy pointed to his right and said, Over there.
His rye?
Why is there a cloud next to them?
Oh god, they're in the mountains.
Get down, you can't breathe.
He lives in the ancient medieval town of Mountport, a mountain town by the sea.
Sarah looked and said,
Oh yeah, it does.
then she tilted her head and said,
Or a fat person.
Oh god, he's like, come on, I'm having some body issues. You're not helping here, kid.
don't talk to the cloud like that. He's very conscious about his weight. Also, I just want to counter at the end of this video of how many times I've had to say said, because I feel it's going to be in like the hundreds.
It's gonna be in the goddamn thousands, I tell you.
The two just lay there laughing for quite a while, looking up at the clouds and seeing what they could see. After a while, the stars came out.
Everything is ruled by the stars.
Dancing with the Stars at least exists back then.
Dancing with the Stars in the Stars is wild.
Yo, that's crazy.
Sarah said,
I better be getting back home. My parents are probably getting worried.
That's just how you said probably in
Back in ancient Germany. Not ancient Germany. 9th century Germany, they said it like
8th
that.
century Germany.
Hey, Clemens or Julius, can you confirm this?
They should
Yes,
know.
we need a German representation here. Is this accurate to the German people?
Tommy then stood up like he was mesmerized by the night sky. Huh? How do you stand up like you were mesmerized?
It's like he stands up slowly, looking up like he's like under control. He's now under control of the stars. He's
The
gonna do as
stars
they
can
say.
Go, Sarah. The stars have him now.
They have called me, Sarah.
Look, he said. Sarah glanced up at the stars and saw what he saw.
So I just love stars keeps being capitalized.
It's the one constant here. 2 streaks of light. One looked like it was following the other, and both were heading for Earth. A different line.
Down. Rainbows in the sky.
Meanwhile, deep in space. Well, not that deep, just at the edge of our solar system.
That's pretty fucking deep for them.
It's pretty deep to any other. That's pretty like Earth-centric, guy.
A comet headed for the planet known as Earth, and a spaceship was following it.
The spaceship filled with gizmos. The planet known as simply Earth.
Oh no, is Drax gonna appear?
But it turns out Drax was the evil Power Rangers villain we all knew we wanted.
Hey, shout out to Drax, we love you.
I come from a place called Medieval Earth.
Called Medieval Earth.
Look, he didn't have to worry about swimming through the water, the power waves as if they were water. That was still so fucking weird. I don't understand what he was trying to do there.
Don't worry about it too much. Captain Vicious!
Lieutenant Marker said.
The comet is heading for the 3rd planet from the sun's system, John.
Lieutenant Marker and Captain Vicious. I love these names so far.
Captain Vicious in his captain's chair. As to who controls...
This is me.
Sorry.
I'm Captain Vicious.
Hey, keep in mind, this is his captain's chair, not his chair.
Captain's chair.
Who controls this system?
A reply came from Lieutenant Crayon, who said...
Oh, I forgot that name.
I guess I'll be Lieutenant Crayon.
For sure, have at it.
The system is under the protection of Queen Serenity.
Who watches over this area of the universe?
Well, there's one. There's already one person.
Yeah, they already said... Yeah, they said the Queen, you know?
Captain Vicious asked. Lieutenant Colored Pencil said...
Who's the Lieutenant Colored Pencil? We fuck.
We did. Do we have a lieutenant?
Yeah, it's that's you, Grim.
Oh, it's me. I forgot it was Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Colored Pencil.
This is the North Quadrant, so it is under the eye of Kaio-sama.
Does Kaio-sama eventually show up?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh no, it's just King Kai. That's just say King Kai. We all know who King Kai is.
No, remember, he's
these are
using the
Dragon Ball
original.
characters.
He's using the original Japanese name. It's Kaio-sama.
But these are characters from Dragon Ball Z, or they're supposed to be. Like, I guess there's the naming convention, even though it's terrible. Like Lieutenant Colored Pencil.
It was like the Frieza characters had the really goofy names because they were literally just like an object.
Oh, jeez.
Tutti frutti cheese.
Captain Vicious said,
Who is the protector of the little blue Just Ball?
Those don't. Okay. Lieutenant Paint said,
I missed this one too. John, you can read this one.
Protector of the third planet is known as Prince Endymion. What the fuck?
I don't think that's
Is everyone just is medieval Earth really just code for Sailor Moon pre-reincarnation? Is that what's happening here?
Yes.
It's Dragon Ball Z, pre-incarnation Sailor Moon, and really old school Power Rangers. Captain Vicious said,
Then we'll probably... Oh, there you see it again. Shouldn't have too much problem.
no, let's be honest, that's probably how they think it's...
Yeah.
The aliens, yes.
Just then he felt a presence on the planet. Under his breath, he clenches his teeth and said,
Zordon.
I like that. It sounds like what somebody would sound like if they were clenching their teeth under their breath. He stood up and said,
Keep the ship a good distance from Earth. However, track the progress of the comet and keep me informed about it. Our first priority is to gather energy of our Empress. Lieutenant Colored Pencil, you are up first.
Okay, hang on. I gotta say this. The Queen of the Moon doesn't intimidate them. Someone who can live on a place that has no atmosphere. A prince of a planet doesn't scare them. A fat, like, coy person who lives on a planet with a higher gravity doesn't scare them. The fucking head in the jar scares him.
I hate heads in jars. They're very creepy.
Lieutenant Colored Pencil said, It shall be my honor. I didn't remember my voice I gave for him, so I just gave him a different one.
It's okay.
We're fine. I was gonna go with the effeminate German one, because I forgot that was me.
Meanwhile, another line break. Meanwhile, on the third planet, in a small metallic-like shack.
Metallic-like?
That's a downgrade from the command center.
Yeah, it's the medieval command center. Things are medieval here.
A being known as Zordon, with his robotic assistant, Alpha 1. Zordon said, I sense an evil nearing this planet.
I sense an evil in this planet. Stupid medieval grammar.
Alpha 1 said,
Hey, Zordon, what shall we do? He's Spanish in it.
Look, each Alpha version has a different accent. You know, Alpha 5 had the I. Alpha 7 was a young rapper.
Girl.
Alpha 1's Hispanic. It's fine.
He's from Spain. Spain's not that far from Germany.
Exactly, yeah, it's right next door. Zora said, I will locate 5 young warriors and give them the 5 power coins. Alpha said,
Wow, my dialogue is trash. I just say the obvious. Thank you for that fucking Zord. Thank you for my shitty programming.
We live in a shack, what do you expect?
How would we know if they are worthy?
Zordon said, they must first locate the morphing devices.
Oh yeah, great plan. Scatter your morphing devices across the country and just wait for them to find it.
Of course.
Yeah, how else would you do it?
I mean, literally, how about just getting 5 random people like you did, like, in canon, literally.
Well,
You saw 5 people standing together and like, that's it, that's my team.
But how will he know if they're worthy? He has to test them first.
He didn't know. He didn't know if the 5 people he randomly got were worthy.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
that's after
it's literally how King Arthur pulled the sword out of the stone. I mean, no one knew it was going to be him until it happened, right? It just kind of happened. Everything worked out.
The next day, May 27th, 810. Not AD, so who knows when we are now.
We've tried time before medieval Jesus.
Wait a minute, hang on a second. They're 8 years old? I thought they were at least 16 by the time...
No, well, you gotta remember, this is 810. The like maximum living age was like 20. So
they pretty much are teenagers by this standard.
Yeah.
So that's why Queen Serenity rose to power. She lived longer than most.
Exactly. Tommy said, "So did you see that light streaking across the sky last night?" Sarah's and Tommy's best friend, 11-year-old William Novel, replied,
"This is you again."
Wait, is this me? Oh god, I'm just talking to myself.
Do you want to switch somebody
No.
else out, or
I should be fine. Man, that was something else. I was working in the lab of Dr. Tony Muncher when he spotted it.
Tony Muncher, the German scientist? Question mark.
German scientist. I mean, at least Muncher kind of, sort of sounds like German.
German passenger science.
Better than William Novel.
Why didn't I just make this in like Europe or like not Europe, like England or something?
Europe would work.
William.
Just have it just be there like from different spots in Europe. But no, they're all German. Dr. Muncher. Isn't the crazy guy who experiments with merging? Asked Tommy.
Excuse me?
Okay,
Merging.
God. So that's why they call him the Muncher.
I don't like this guy. I don't even know this guy. I already don't like him. He
has the grunt voice for sure.
Like, hey, William, you want to come merge with me later?
Merge with Dr.
I think
Tony
it's time we touch
Muncher.
swans, Harry Potter.
William said, "Yeah, but I don't think it's that crazy. If we could focus that kind of power in a stone, the ability would be unbelievable. That's what Tony's other assistant, Stephen Mana, told me."
What? What are you talking about merging? And how do you think? First off, what is merging? Second off, why do you think you can just fit the concept of merging into a rock?
Power is the kind of power in a stone. You can merge the rock with somebody's face. Unbelievable ability right there.
I guess this next line is me. Actually, it's a character. Are you talking about sweet old Mr. Muncher again?
Oh shit! I was about to go make my appointment.
A voice said, "Hey, darling," William said to his soon-to-be wife, Lucille Jard.
"Would you like a child bride?"
Look, bro, again, everyone lived to 20 in this world, and also, yeah, people got betrothed at the young ages. I mean, we made fun of it in that Batman story, but here, just, kind of happens, we get it.
This is like in Light Lark, where everyone lives up to age 20 in that one
Oh my god,
island.
Don't remind me of Light Lark. I don't want to think about that.
What the fuck is happening here? Is this
Also,
does this take place on that island specifically?
This is pre-Light Lark. Also, I didn't even notice at first, that entire sentence is So let me redo that. "Hey, darling," William said to his soon-to-be wife, Lucille Jar.
Honey, you're narrating again. It's really concerning.
"I'm working on it." Sarah ran up to them and said,
"What are we doing today?"
William said, "Well, tonight I'm going to trace the progress that light has made this morning."
Nerd.
He's
What
a
a
Blue
fucking
Ranger. He has
nerd.
to be a nerd.
I don't want
Spoilers.
to leave Promise as your girlfriend anymore. God.
Sarah said,
I asked what we were doing today.
"Not what we are doing today."
This sounded like, I get what they're trying to do. Like, that's what we're doing today, not tonight.
Just then, the four friends started to feel a little funny. They looked down to see that they were fading.
Oh no! Thanos has got to us.
William Fenella, I'm not feeling so good. What's happening? Asked Thomas.
Hang on, actually, how many people were here? Actually, I don't know.
No, there's only 4. It's Tommy, Sarah, William, and Lucille.
Lucille Jar.
Lucille, Mrs. Jar. How are you doing today?
Lucille is a jar.
What's happening? Asked Thomas. I have no idea. I have no idea, William replied. Lucille said.
I think we're about to find out.
And then they just die.
Then all 4 of them vanished.
God damn you, Thanos.
And they straight up faded from existence.
They don't exist anymore. Meanwhile, in the Moon Kingdom, Queen Serenity was watching what was happening on Earth.
She saw 4 people disappear into the ether and decided, it might be a good time to do something.
Hey, Luna, what's the haps?
Maybe I'll drink the pickle juice in that head's jar.
Well, no, you see, when 4 people vanish, it's called happing. Really obscure Power Rangers lore right there, guys. But I can teach you.
Gotcha. Happing is a teleportation maneuver.
Exactly. It's not used very much, but the Queen said,
they need a guide to help them through what they are about to go through.
The Queen's cat, Luna, walked up and said,
what are you talking about, my queen? I was born like 2 minutes ago.
The Queen replied,
this was foretold in the ancient texts of the moon.
Ancient moon texts. We all know about them.
Moonspeak, yes, of course. We're intimately familiar with the concept.
The Moonanites from Aquatine Hunger Force wrote them long ago.
Luna said,
ancient text? What are they? I was born 3 minutes ago.
Serenity said,
they were found in the cavern below our palace next to the Zeno crystal.
Wait a minute, hang on a second. What the fuck?
This does technically pull from lore in that underneath...
Hold on a second. Hang on a second. This doesn't pull from lore, because I'll tell you why. Because think about it. If the cavern is below their palace, and the palace, which is next to the Zeo crystal, that can only mean that the moon is somehow on Earth.
Oh, no. Listen. The Zeo crystals were not originally on Earth. Their original location was on the moon, underneath Rita's palace, protected by a good shield, which means only a person who is good could get it.
Oh, silly me.
What this actually means is Queen Serenity is the person who first built Rita's palace, and at some point Rita took it over.
Okay.
Of course. It belongs to us. We claimed it. Wait, no, Rita took it over, you said.
Well, yeah, because this is in the 800s.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
She turned to a mirror and said,
Princess Hataru of Saturn, you are needed.
Technically it's still her line, because, well, there's no end quote.
And there's a line break, though. Yeah. So.
Also, I like how she can just, like... I love the power dynamic about she's the queen of the moon. That means she can order around the princesses of literal planets.
Yeah, the moon is above the planets. Makes sense.
Also, does she not have a daughter yet? If that's how time works now, or
Princess Hataru appeared and kneed before the queen.
Just need her.
Just needed her.
Just gave her the falcon knee right there. Just jumped up, kneecap straight to the face.
It's a traditional Saturn welcome.
What are your wishes? What is your wish, Queen Serenity? Queen Serenity said,
"Ow, bitch! That was my face. I mean, Go down to Earth and guide the 5 warriors that are about to appear.
Wait, 5? Well, there's only 4. What the fuck are you talking
the 5th
about?
hasn't been mentioned yet.
Yeah, you'll get there. Hatara said, "Damn right I did. That was a nice knee to the face. I mean, at once, my queen."
Also, yeah, screw Sailor Mars, the princess of Mars, the planet famous for war.
Don't need
Fuck that bitch.
That also has 2 moons. That's twice the number of moons that Earth has.
Oh, that's fine. The moon, Earth moon beats all other moons.
Yeah, that's why they call it the moon.
Yeah. None of the other ones get to be called moon because they're not good enough. They gotta beat the moon.
Yeah, it's best moon. Best moon confirmed by logic and our language. So,
Back on the spaceship, Captain Vicious turned on his view screen and said,
Lieutenant Colored Pencil, have you arrived on Earth?
Lieutenant Colored Pencil said, "Yes, I have, Captain Vicious. Not only that, I have also assembled an army to gather energy from huge crowds of people. We should have the energy to awaken our Empress sooner than we think. Meet my soldiers: apple, orange, banana, kiwi, lemon, lime, strawberry, blueberry, and my army of grapes. I have picked my first target."
VeggieTales all of a sudden?
Part of a balanced breakfast.
My army of grapes. He only has one of all the other soldiers, but he has a shit ton of grapes.
They only live for like 6 hours, though, so,
It's tough. It's tough being a grape man. I have picked my first target, a small village under the protection of Count Roger Funella II, known as Vandalia. Another library. I don't think we need this many libraries.
Yeah, well.
The 4 friends landed with a thud in front of the command center.
Oh.
Thomas held his head and said, "Where are we?"
We are far from our homes, young ones.
The group turned to see what looked like a 15-year-old young boy. It looked like he was 15.
The oldest one by far.
The oldest one's 15.
Would you like a child soldier, madam?
He said,
My name is Kame Senin. I am from a faraway land. My village is Kyoto, in the land known as Nihon. Because that's if you want to go with the original Japanese names.
No, only the characters follow the Japanese names, not the locations. Just then,
Japan.
the massive doors opened, and an equally massive voice said, "Enter at once."
So maybe, you know how the author said at the beginning he copyrighted this stuff that he owned? Maybe he owns the copyright to Massive Doors and Massive Voice.
Yeah, those are his characters. Massive Doors and Massive Voice. They're actually related,
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, in thousands of years, we have traced their genealogical line. Turns out they're Thug Doors' great grandparents.
It's all connected. Massive Door's the grandfather of Thug Door. The 5 just did as they were told and entered the command center. When they did, a small robot in a massive head greeted them.
Yes.
He's not in his tube, he just kind of floats around now. The head said, "I am known as Zordon, and this little guy, this little tiny man right here, is known as Alpha 1. Fuck you, Alpha."
What? Wait a goddamn minute. Hold on. You said they had to find the power morphers. Where are you're
We'll get to it. It's fine. We'll get to it. Welcome Kame Sennin, Lucille Jar, Sarah Branch, William Novel, and Thomas Nacko to the command center. Alpha handed a coin to each of the kids.
They suddenly had a breakdown because they never saw a robot before or a giant head. This is very conceptually weird to kids who lived in medieval Germany.
This reminded me about medieval.
Actually, speaking of, does Zordon and Princess or Serenity do they know who each other are?
If we really want to go by lore, at this point, he shouldn't even be a floating head, but you know what? Not gonna question it. Not gonna even. Alpha handed a coin to each of the kids. Zordon said, "A great evil has landed on Earth. I have chosen the 5 of you to stop it, 'cause you are the only ones who can. It is your destiny."
You're the only, you. No, I can't. Go on.
I chose you because I couldn't find anyone else. "The 5 of you shall be known as the Power Rangers. Sarah Branch, you shall be known as the Pink Ranger. Your power comes from the ancient bird known as the pterodactyl."
Oh god, Spooky's gonna have a conniption.
That's not a bird.
What are you talking about? It has wings,
By
it has a
definition.
beak, it's a bird.
It probably had feathers too. Bird confirmed.
Bird. If he didn't, he would have been a man.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's our month before time references there. They mentioned dinosaurs in this paragraph. That's how you know this is a dinosaur story.
Yes, we did it.
Your weapon is the power bubble. It can shoot arrows to pierce the heart of your enemy.
No, to piece
Specifically
the part
hearts.
of your enemies.
Oh, sorry,
So like
to
puts them
piece
back together.
It's a healing weapon, actually.
Dope! That's awesome.
Zordon, don't you think it's sexist to have that be a woman's attack? Yes, I do.
Why do you think you don't get to use it very often? Lucille Jar, you shall be known as the Yellow Ranger. Your power comes from the ancient beast known as the saber-toothed cat or Samilodon.
Question, Zordon, what are those things?
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Wait,
I've never heard of a pterodactyl.
You don't know what
We
a
don't know what the fuck
Similodon is?
any of these... Go on, sorry, you.
Oh no, I was just pointing out Similodon because it's very fun to say.
Also, just again, people didn't have a concept for dinosaurs.
No.
They might have seen fossils, like you said earlier, Grim. But yeah,
Those are like mystic beings, which I mean, it kind of makes sense with Power Rangers in a way. Your weapon shall be 2 power daggers. They don't do anything cool like Sarah's.
Yeah,
they won't piece your heart back together.
You have the power of bow, and you will have the power of knives.
Volume novel. You shall be known as the Blue Ranger. Your power comes from the dinosaur known as the Triceratops. Your weapon shall be the staff known as the Power Lance.
In deference to the Triceratops, you'll have the power of stick.
Kami Senin. You shall be known as the Black Ranger. Your power comes from the beast known as the Mastodon. Your weapon shall be the mighty Power Axe, able to gut through stone with the greatest of ease.
Oh, he's got the coolest one so far.
He can gut stone.
Yes.
There was no description of what the Power Lance or Power Daggers did. This one can cut through stone. That's awesome.
No, it can gut stone. He can literally get blood from a rock.
Whoa.
He's that strong. Finally, Thomas Nako. You shall lead the group as the Red Ranger. Your power comes from the mighty creature known as the Tyrannosaurus.
Namely because you have very, very tiny arms.
Your weapon shall be the Power Sword, a mighty blade that can slice a diamond clean in half.
That's not,
Very sharp.
That's not, but this guy can fucking get guts from stones.
Can my daggers do that too? No, your daggers are shit, dear.
They don't do anything.
I don't know what the fuck that's, I don't know what the fuck, I don't want to go up against that.
In fact, they're not even actual daggers, they're just the toys. Thomas said, "I can't be the leader. I'm the youngest of all of them. Apparently, my promised girlfriend is older than me. Even though she's 8.
It's still possible,
He's also 8 too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a month younger than her. Zordon said, "Group power comes not from the outside, but within your heart, and you have the biggest heart of all."
Until you switch it with the other Red Ranger, who has the biggest heart of them all.
He died. Well, yeah, but Thomas is dead by then. It's fine. A metallic device appeared on the wrist of each of them. Alpha said,
"These are your communicators. You can talk to each other with them." slightly more impressive than the power daggers.
Yeah, I was about to say, at least the communicators do something. Zordon said, "To activate your powers, who will need to find the 5 morphing devices?" "Who?" Who will
Who
do
will
it?
need to find them?
Who among you
They are
will do this?
Who will find? Who wants to find them?
They are
Raise your hand.
They are scattered about the earth. The red device shall be found in Africa. The pink device shall be found in South America. The black device shall be found in Australia. The yellow device shall be found in Antarctica.
Excuse me. Two of them are straight up islands, and one is an Arctic tundra.
Sir, we don't know what Antarctica is.
Like, wouldn't the Macedon guy be more suited to an Arctic wasteland?
No, that's part of the challenge. You have to step outside your comfort zone if you want to be a true Power Ranger.
Yeah, that's why we're sending the Japanese man to Australia.
Crikey, mates.
While the blue device shall be found on this continent known as North America.
Also, again, I guess, yeah, the Yellow Ranger, the one with the shitty daggers, has to go to the worst place of all of these places, Antarctica.
Everyone else has it, like, fairly easy, all things considered.
I think Zordon just hates Lucille. I think he just hates her and wants her just to die.
If you met
you
somebody
are the least important.
If you met somebody whose name is Lucille, would you give them the important stuff?
Why did they even summon her in the first place, then?
He needs to round up the team. He can't be one down.
I guess.
It has to be either 3 or 5. That's just the facts of Power Ranger life.
You got it. You're learning.
I guess also technically 6, right? I mean, there's eventually a 6th Ranger in a lot of the franchises, right?
Actually, but you know, in this story, there probably isn't.
Yeah, you're right.
Alpha said,
"Good luck. Thank you for letting me not explain a goddamn thing, Zordon."
Good job, little guy.
What is my purpose?
To give them weapons. My God. Then he pressed a button, and the Rangers teleported to their locations.
Oh, what the fuck? You don't even give them a chance to talk about it. You just decided, I'm going to strand you across the planet.
When someone tells you this is your destiny, you just assume that they're going to follow up with it, you know?
And they accepted it before he even could ask them to accept it. William was teleported to the other end of the continent.
Well,
Lucille was teleported to Antarctica.
And then she
was
died.
teleported to Australia.
From
exposure. Because she's wearing, stuff for Germany, not Antarctica.
I like how, like, everyone, you know what, never mind, no, forget it.
Tommy Senian was teleported to Australia. Sarah was teleported to South Africa, while Thomas was teleported to South America, sorry. Thomas was teleported to Africa. Meanwhile, back in the small village of Vandalia, a fruit vendor crossed the street to talk to a strange man who summoned him.
He summoned the fruit vendor.
The fruit vendor said, "What can I do for you?" The man stepped out of the shadows to reveal himself to be Lieutenant Colored Pencil, who said, Oh, look, a new character. Who?
It's who before he got his doctorate.
Doctor.
The doctor's here.
Doctorate who?
This is the evil doctor. This is the evil doctor.
You can die. With a lightning jab, the lieutenant pierced the man's chest with his nails and ripped out his heart. Those are really long
sick.
nails.
This got Temple of Doomed.
The fruit vendor was still alive for a second as we watched his heart beat in the lieutenant's hand.
Oh,
it's
God,
disgusting.
no!
Holy shit, guys, did you see that?
Oh my God. Bro!
Then he fell over dead. Apple appeared and took the form of the street vendor, putting a spell on his fruit. Then headed back into the crowd of people yelling, "Fresh fruit!" Or, sorry, who's Apple?
No one's Apple. Someone else can read Apple. John,
I'll
you read Apple.
I'll do it. Fresh fruit! Get your fresh fruit here!
Lieutenant Colored Pencil just smiled an evil smile.
I like to think that the people are just yelling that out instead. Because
I like to think that Lieutenant Colonel Pretzel is still just standing there above the body of this dead man whose his heart he still has because they didn't like go in an alleyway. He just did this on the other side of the street.
This is medieval Earth. They don't have the time to question these things.
Yeah, there was no law against murder back then. You just kind of, too bad.
You just do it. Lucille shivered at the cold of Antarctica when she landed there. Lucille said,
I should have brought a coat, or maybe he could have fucking told me he was teleporting me here.
He could have given me a coat.
As she rubbed her hands together to get some warmth.
What the
Zordon's a fucking asshole, I'm just saying.
Zordon hates Yellow Rangers, guys.
Just then a polar bear appeared and chased her into a cave.
In Antarctica, by the way.
In Antarctica, where
polar bears totally live in Antarctica.
Well, yeah, in medieval times.
They live there. Yeah.
When she saw the yellow morpher, she reached to take it, but a voice stopped her.
The polar bear was speaking to her.
It doesn't actually say that, but I'm going to assume that's what it says. So.
I like that assumption too, so I agree.
And it said... you read it.
It said...
To get the morpher, you must answer this question about the future. Who will have the powers of the medical doctor? A. Mandy Darnell. B. Jamie Pounds. C. Ashley Hammond. Or D. Jamie Moore. What?
Yes, you're of course. You people of medieval Earth must answer knowledge about future trivia.
What is this question about?
Well, we don't know because she answered the question correctly and was able to get the morpher. As soon as she touched it, she was teleported back to the power chamber.
And Zordon was like, "Fuck! I thought that would kill her for sure. Who could answer that kind of question?"
What is the answer to this question? What is...
I guess this is a pop culture question. I'm sure I will look it up, and while we do this,
after the video, we'll post the answers to these questions, and people in the comments answer what you think.
Judging by the next one, it looks like this is a pop culture question, which again I could not.
William landed in the forest of North America. There in the tree was the morpher, but a voice said, "Answer the question. What show was
Talk 99
going to see before he went to the auction to get the coin of the Green Ranger?"
What? Oh yeah, excuse me, morpher. What do you mean there's a Green Ranger?
No, before I say it, this is him having the morphers ask these medieval time people questions about the goings on in his stories. Because the author's name is
Todd World 99.
That's just his OC.
My guy, what is this bullshit?
A. Boy Meets World. B. Full House. C. Seventh Heaven. D. General Hospital.
Okay, let's think about this. So, this story was written in 2002. I don't know if Seventh Heaven was on back then. I guess it had to have been because I guess Seventh Heaven.
If he's referencing it, I think it was Full House.
That's what I would say too. Probably, yeah.
Because the two big ones I know for that were Boy Meets World and Full House, and I don't know why, but I don't see him watching Boy Meets World.
I don't see him watching General Hospital either. That's literally for adults.
Or Seventh Heaven.
Or Seventh Heaven is very possible, but I think Full House is probably the answer.
William answered and got the morpher and was teleported back to the chamber. Dude, just like that, man.
Why are we giving the answers? What is the point of this?
What is this?
So here's the thing. It is actually not unusual. It's not an unusual trope if you're going on this big epic quest to be faced with a question in order to receive power, but the question is usually about stuff like what makes the heart of a warrior or something like that, which it helps you gain wisdom. This is bullshit.
To show their worthiness, have them answer questions about your story that has not happened yet in the timeline.
Sorry. This would be like if in fucking Invincible. It's like, oh yes, if you want to save your father, you must tell me what did the animator have for lunch this week when he drew this scene.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sarah walked in the jungles of South America when she saw the pink morpher in the middle of the forest.
It's just filled with this like malaria and other bullshit.
A voice said, "Enter, and the prize shall be yours. What was the name of
Talk about 99.
secret identity in 6th grade?"
What?
A.
Excuse
the
me?
Green Ranger. B. The Gold Digital Ranger.
What?
C. The White Merger Ranger.
What?
D. The Masked Kid.
Is this what they mean by merging power? Is merging a different thing, a different story he wrote?
Here's my guess. It is either A, because he's an MMPR fan, so he likes Tommy, so he likes the Green Ranger, or C, it is the White Merger Ranger, based solely on the fact that they talked about merging earlier this chapter.
I like where your head's at, but I think A is out of the question. I think it's B, because there is no Gold Digital Ranger anywhere in canon.
No, so I think it's gotta be. This is great because I think it's gotta be D because he's they probably always called him the masked kid in grade school because he's the only weird kid wearing a mask going around everywhere. It was like, what's with that masked kid? They're like, oh, it's my nickname now. You know,
he was preparing for COVID back for like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he saw it coming 18 years ahead of time.
Sarah answered and was rewarded with a morpher and a trip back to the power chamber.
If you lose, you're just stranded in the jungle forever.
Let's talk about the fact that these kids are giving these questions they have zero context for, and they're all happening to guess the right answer. Like, at least one of them should have gotten stranded by now, right? I guess it's their destiny.
Tommy Senin was chased by a dingo when he saw the morpher.
The dingo was gonna eat my baby!
Yeah. To be fair, every animal in Australia wants to kill you, so totally fair.
The voice said, what was the name of the group that defended Vandalia in 1993?
My guy, stop doxing yourself!
We don't know! We're not in 1993, it's 820 AD!
A. The L Team. B. The Railroaders. C. Power Rangers Zeo. D. A and B.
Well, that's kind of a leading answer.
Just because it gave us the option, I think it's D. And I think both of them...
It's kind of a leading answer.
Both of them are teams he made up. I'm betting it. He got it right and got the prize. He didn't get the morpher. He just got like a consolation prize.
Yeah, he got the participation ribbon.
Somebody got it before him. The dingo got it before him.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if one of the Power Rangers was just an animal. Like
they've done
not
that in the
this
comics.
kid, just an animal.
They have done it in the comics before, where a literal cat became alien cat, but still cat, became a Power Ranger.
I'm down for that.
Meow, 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 meow.
Plus a trip back to the power chamber. Thomas tried to find shade in the heat of the desert.
And then he also died of exhaustion and exposure.
Just when he thought he was going to collapse, a voice said, and this is a Native American ghost.
Just a bit farther. Yeah, I'm not going to give this character a voice because it would probably be offensive. So I'm going to just keep it very generic.
Thomas said, I can't go on. The voice said,
very well, we can play right here. Wow, that's just...
Wait! So all of these other morphers they could have just walked to the kids to give them these questions.
Well,
you gotta make them suffer first. This is why it's a horror story.
It's horror because what they're going through is horrible.
Please, Princess of the Saturn, help us!
Yeah, wait, what happened to her coming down to, like, help them out? What?
Please, we need someone to save us.
The voice said,
Oh, he said, very well, we can play right here. What graduating class did Joseph Smowing pretend he killed? What do you mean?
It's bad enough you're doxing yourself. Don't dox other people.
"Who's Joseph Smowing? Oklahoma Joe's."
This is also the only, like, look at these answers. It's like, this is the hardest question to guess.
A 2000, B 1999, C 1998, D 1997. And Thomas does what any of us would do. Thomas made a guess that was correct and found himself back in the chamber.
But he didn't get the morpher. He just got teleported back.
Zordon is fucking lucky that these kids all got the answers.
But yeah, I just remembered, Sarah and Tom are 8. They're 8 years old. He was just like an 8-year-old fucking die of overexposure.
Yeah, by the way, I'm doing the math on this real quick.
Again,
So
I looked this up online. Nobody named Joseph Smowing. So I'm guessing, again, another question about his stories.
Yeah. But by the way, okay, so here's the thing. I did the math on this, and rounding up, they all had to guess a random question, 1 out of 4 chance of getting it right. They all got it right. That is a 0.001% chance that they all would have done this.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, but they're destined. They were going to get the question right, as shown, because everybody got it right.
The only way to do this, to make sure it's not random chance, is to do it all again. And see if I get it right.
Send them back to the desert and Antarctica.
Said, oh no, Lucille, you drew the short stick again. Dang it.
You gotta go to the surface of the sun without sunglasses.
Oh, she has sunglasses, she'd be fine, because, medieval Earth is like that. Meanwhile, in Vandalia, people were eating the fruit left and right.
All over town.
All over town. Everyone was eating fruit.
Everyone, yes.
Then the clock struck 7 p.m. All of them collapsed, their energy disappearing very quickly. If you looked in the vendor's eyes, they were a cold black.
Yes, feed the negaphores. I don't think I can say that shit. I don't think I can say that.
Back at the power chamber, Lucille, William, Kami Senin, Sarah, and Thomas returned one by one. But can we talk about how he's getting Kami Senin right every time, but he still hasn't fixed Lucille?
You can tell you can tell which rangers were important to him. Lucille is clearly the least important ranger.
Lucille, she needs like a hot cocoa and a nice carriage ride home. Because goddamn.
I mean, even in the show, we all know the Pink Ranger is the most important female ranger. The Yellow Ranger, she's secondary.
She's the other girl.
She's just there.
Thomas said, "Now where's the enemy?" Zordon said, "He's attacking some village in Germany called Vandalia."
Yeah, just some place.
Wait, so 4 of them are all from the same town, and then there's one person who's just from Japan.
From fucking Kyoto, Japan.
Why couldn't they get someone from the native Australia or something?
Well, to be fair, I think anyone was living in Australia at 810 AD.
Fair enough, alright.
4 of them said,
3, 2, 1.
That's my home. Kami Senin said,
I will help you defend it, even, I guess. I may never see home again.
The teleported home, and Zoran said.
So one guy was just sent back to Japan because that was the Vandalia wasn't his home.
I will help you defend it. Bye. May the power protect you.
He's saying this to himself. They teleported
didn't
home.
hear it. They were already gone, but
He's getting his timing right. The mouth and sound doesn't sync up too well. He's trying to find the sweet spot.
The Rangers returned home to see the town folks were laying on the ground in pain.
I wonder what happened here.
Asked Sarah. They heard the fruit vendor say,
Hold on a second. Hang on a second. This reminds me of a very, very important Sailor Moon quote.
Oh, no.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna show this. Before we continue, I'm not going to say this out loud because I don't think I don't think I can say it in good conscience, but I can show it. If someone wants to edit it in, please feel free. But otherwise,
put it on stream.
Yes, please come here. Come on.
Welcome to the stream.
I need to show. Hang on. I mean, if this is the Sailor Moon universe as well,
It's evil.
Here we go.
Step right up, dudes. Try our delicious dark fruit.
And instantly become transformed into nega slaves.
And once this dump's imbued with nega energy, then this crystal point will be ours forever.
Oh.
Hey, this is canon. This is canon to this timeline. This is what I imagine.
To be fair, though, this isn't turning them into.
They are by definition.
Because they lose all of their energy in this one. These are the proto dark fruits.
And if that's the case, I need to change my Apple voice. 1 second. Fresh fruit.
And when they eat it, Thomas said, I'm going to go get some.
Bro, you have a mission.
This is what happens when you have an 8-year-old lead your team.
I want to eat some fruit. I don't want to save the world.
Yeah, Zordo's like, idiots! I sent you on a mission! Stop fucking with the fruit!
Where'd Hame-san go?
Partake in the fruit.
Oh, tree of knowledge, I get it.
He ran to get some fruit, but someone got there first. But when he bit into the fruit, he collapsed as well.
Did they not notice everyone else eating fruit and just collapsing?
Well, no, when they got there, they were already collapsed. This dude saw them doing it and was like, I gotta give me some.
This is the town of lemmings. Everyone just kills themselves.
It's medieval Earth. No one wants to be here.
A fruit vendor looked at them and said,
Eat my delicious dark fruit.
The Rangers ran away with the vendor chasing them.
Eat my fruit, come on!
Eat my delicious fruit already! They managed to duck in an alley where they saw the lifeless body of the same fruit vendor. I found the horror. Showing an 8-year-old.
We found the intentional horror element, everybody.
They looked back to see the other fruit vendor, whose eyes were black as the night. He started to glow, and when the light faded, there stood a monster with an apple for a head.
I am Apple,
he said.
Hey, Apple. Apple.
What?
God.
This will be the last thing you fools will see.
Guys, it's Happy Appy.
Oh, no.
Oh, hooray.
Also, just want to say, as a Power Rangers fan, the names weren't always great. They were usually better than just the object that they are based on.
If you wanted to go Japanese, you could have gone with Ringo. Or Ringu. Whatever the Japanese word for apple is.
I read that line before I actually... He fired apple seeds at them.
Oh, no!
They managed to dodge them, but a squirrel ate one of them and was killed as an apple tree grew from that seed inside the squirrel. And as we all know, a tree is bigger than a squirrel, so you can guess what happened.
This is medieval Earth.
Holy shit!
Why are you assuming that medieval seeds...
We all know a tree is bigger than a squirrel. This is common knowledge.
Oh, God. That's terrifying. That's actually kind of terrifying. That's a terrifying power.
Yes. Apple stomped his feet, an army of grape monsters appeared and attacked the Rangers, while Apple made an escape. Why are you
Why do you need to escape? It sounds like you had this one solved.
Listen, Apple can only do one thing, and that is sell fruit.
He can shoot grapes, apple seeds, but only like 5 of them at a time. He has to go regrow his apple.
Gotta recharge my ult. Be right back.
Yeah.
The grapes were hard to beat, but one by one the managers managed to get the better of them and defeated them one by one.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't catch that before.
Why didn't you... You are fighting sentient grape monsters. I think now would be the perfect time to morph.
Did Zordon even tell them how to do that?
Oh, fuck, you're right. They don't know how.
Zordon is terrible. Zordon is the villain here.
At least with Queen Serenity, you can argue that she's probably not the best equipped, but she's trying.
Yeah, Zordon just like, oh, here's your morphers. I'm gonna teleport you. Oh, you're back. I'm teleporting you again. Good luck.
He really is just a dude. Apple tired to escape inside a cathedral, but the 5 warriors followed him.
So fucking tired. I can't have it run like this in years.
William said, "You've killed innocent people and taken their energy. But now you have desecrated the church."
Oh, the biggest crime in Devil Earth.
Yeah, but Apple, he's just taking a puff of his blunt. He's like, "Hey, you want to hit this shit, man? You want to toke with me, bro?"
Yeah,
Toke.
the energy they talk about is they're just going to make a giant space blunt.
Yes.
That's how they'll awaken their empress.
The Kush will awaken their empress. The smoke will travel for eons until finally she awakens to pass the puff.
Puff, puff, pass, empress. Now that you are awake. Sarah.
Have you no fear for God?
Have you no fear for God? That line goes like way too hard for this story.
You know what's funny? Okay, funny story about me as a child. When I first heard the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song, I thought the lines were God made Power Rangers. And that probably comes from the fact that I grew up in a household that was very Christian. So, of course, I heard God and everything.
You're fine. It's fine.
God made Power Rangers. This confirms it.
Asked Sarah. Apple said,
I'm not afraid of anything.
Thomas said, you soon will. Just then the morphers started to glow. They heard Zordon's voice, who said, Rangers, place the coins inside the morphers. Then hold them out and call the name of your animal.
You...
The animal you heard the name of one time, by the way.
Also,
Zordon, I call upon the power of the pterodactyl. Pterodactyl! It's not working!
Well, I don't know. I think Lucille's gonna be the hardest part, considering because she has the simile top. Kame Sennin said,
"It's morphing time." Wait, I'm not the Red Ranger's supposed to. The Red Ranger's supposed to say that.
We're starting with the Black Ranger. He placed the Mastodon coin in the Black Morpher, held it in front of himself, and said,
"Mastodon."
Black light came out of the coin and engulfed him.
Black light, that is dope. Wow.
To be fair, that is the effect.
I know, yeah.
When the light faded, he was wearing a black costume with some areas that were white. His helmet looked like the head of a mastodon, while on his chest was a gold cross.
God made Power Rangers, confirmed!
What the fuck?
God. Oh my god!
Jesus Christ! Wait, it's not even. It's not a cross. There's nothing there.
It's a gold cross now because they're warriors of God.
There's supposed to be nothing there.
Well, no, there's supposed to be a symbol of the animal on the chest.
Nope. Gold cross.
Not
God.
the gold cross. Also, I like that the head is just a very realistic mastodon.
You know what? To be fair, these were the early Rangers. They probably had more. They probably had different
it
helmets.
Looked like actual armor.
Biblically accurate mastodon.
You know what?
Accurate Power Rangers.
You know what though? Dope. That's
Honestly,
cool.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
Actually, I just thought about it. It's just Bible Man. We're just talking about Bible Man.
Bible Man.
Bible Man, yes.
Yeah, this. Yeah, by the way, Month Before Time is now in honor of Bible Man and God, so praise Jesus.
Thank you, William Davey, for making Bible Man. She placed the
my God, we're doing this four more times?
Yep. Sarah Branch said...
It's morphing time.
She placed the pterodactyl coin in the pink morpher, held it in front of herself, and said,
Pterodactyl!
Pink light came out of the coin and engulfed her. When the light faded, she was wearing a pink costume with some areas that were white. Her helmet looked like the head of a pterodactyl, while on her chest was a gold cross.
Keep in mind, this isn't even a helmet. There's just a full pterodactyl head where her head is.
Yeah, like there's a full mastodon head.
This is like the final scene in Why I Made You Feel Bad, Bro, where all the Ninja Turtles were turned into teenage boys. Just copy and paste over and over again.
William Novel said, It's morphing time! He placed the Triceratops coin in the blue morpher, held it in front of himself, and said, Triceratops! Blue light came out of the coin and engulfed him. When the light faded, he was wearing a blue costume with some areas that were white. His helmet looked like the head of a Triceratops, while on his chest was a gold cross. Lucille Jar said,
It's morphin' time!
She placed the Similidon coin in the yellow morpher, held it in front of herself, and said,
Saber-tooth cat!
Yellow light came out of the coin and engulfed her. When the light faded, she was wearing a yellow costume with some areas that were white. Her helmet looked like the head of a Similidon, while on her chest was a gold cross.
This is worse. Listen, I don't know how the heck. I don't know. Listen, you're probably a kid when you write this, and that's fair. But literally, every other fanfic author would handle this as like, they all put it out, and even in the show, they call out the names, and then the light came out. You know? So you're literally you're putting in more effort to just say, oh, lights of each color, pink, blue, red, you get it. You know?
Like, it's the most laziest thing of just they're changing the name, the color, and the animal, and that's it.
This is holy shit. One more to go.
Thomas Nacko said, It's morphing time! He placed the Tyrannosaurus coin in the red morpher, held it in front of himself, and said, Tyrannosaurus! Red light came out of the coin and engulfed him. When the light faded, he was wearing a red costume with some areas that were white. His helmet looked like the head of a Tyrannosaurus, while on his chest was a gold cross.
Keep in mind, the average height of these Rangers are approximately 3 feet tall.
The helmets add an extra 3 feet.
Oh, they're adorable.
Oh god, they're just walking around in fucking like Elmo costumes with some big heads.
The only one where it kind of works is the comic, but that's still a giant mastodon head.
He has to like, balance the fucking tusks and big nose.
And to be fair, it's very possible these helmets were made to be child-sized, like, and they wouldn't be huge or anything.
They don't specify that. They just said it looks like the head of the creature. So it makes you think they're just the actual head sizes. Apple said,
Who are you guys?
Lucille/Yellow Ranger said,
We are champions of justice.
William/Blue Ranger said, and defenders of the innocent.
Wow, come on, we got this, guys.
Tommy Senden/Black Ranger said,
We right all wrong and defeat all evil.
You just got here, bro. Calm down.
Sarah/Pink Ranger said,
and you are evil for sure.
Thomas/Red Ranger said, Stand back, for we are. All of them said,
3, 2, 1.
The Power Rangers!
Apple said.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Oh! Doug!
They've probably never run into Power Rangers before, so...
Fair reaction. If all of a sudden you saw a bunch of kids just smashing into costumes, you wouldn't know what to make of it.
Just then, a young girl appeared before them who said,
"Oh god, fucking finally!"
the end of the first chapter, she finally appears. "My name is Hotaru. On your right side, there's a device called a laser. Use it."
What? How do you know? How do you know?
Not a blaster, not a laser rifle. It's just a laser pointer.
You have just a beam of light and just suspended in time and space on your holster.
They each pulled their lasers from their holsters and fired them at Apple. He screamed as the lasers hit him, and he collapsed to the ground. Kaboom! Edit in an explosion graphic here. Apple was destroyed in a massive explosion.
What?
Michael Bay was here.
You didn't even need the Power Rangers coins. You just needed the laser.
Look,
yeah, we got this entire transformation explanation, then, just blew him up. It's good. See, all over.
What's not known, right? 'Cause it lost to time. Apples are really weak to lasers.
Yeah, why didn't William Tell just shoot the apple on his son's head with a laser instead of a bow and arrow?
Exactly.
Come on.
Oh, so we got introduced to the staff and all this and the shitty daggers and all this other shit, but all of that pales in comparison to the power of laser.
Lieutenant Colored Pencil was collecting energy from the victims, but when Apple was destroyed, majority of the energy was destroyed from whom it was taken from.
There are still some people that are dead.
Some people are just
that's fair. They literally ripped a dude's heart out. I think he's done.
Well, yeah, but they didn't take the energy from him. They just took his form. Lieutenant Colored Pencil said, "Those Rangers will pay for this." After the battle, the 5 warriors were transported back to the power chamber. When they got there, a few new people were waiting for them along with Hotaru.
How did she beat them there? She couldn't get there earlier.
This young girl you already know, at least by voice. She is Princess Hotaru from the planet Saturn. She is the voice you heard while answering the questions for the 5 morphers. Wait, what?
No!
Oh,
fucking no!
We didn't know that. We're not retconning that. That's done. You can't do that to us,
besides
author.
the polar bear and the Native Americans ghost, I was the voices, so it makes sense.
There is no goddamn way that the fucking Princess of Saturn knows the trivia of this one fucking kid.
This young man is... Ame Senin said...
He needs no introduction. He is Prince and Demon of Earth. Of course! Okay. Why wouldn't he be here?
Yeah.
Zordon said, "This is Earth's guardian." Wow.
Oh,
from
I'm
Final
losing
Fantasy.
My goddamn mind.
From Final Fantasy. Little did you guys know, Final Fantasy was also part of this.
Yes.
As he introduced the next guy.
No, stop! I can't take it, please stop!
Then...
Why are there all these powerful people here and not? Couldn't Zordon just teleport fucking Cloud to the fucking...
He then pointed to a young woman and said, "This is Queen Serenity, ruler of this entire system. Her daughter is engaged to Prince Endymion."
Wait.
Okay, I want you guys to just try and tell me who this is. Beta 11 pointed to a chubby man and said,
"Who's Beta 11?
Before the Alpha series, there's the Beta series. He's the 11th Beta."
Yeah, makes sense.
Who wants to be Beta 11?
I'll do it.
This is Kyle Sama. He is the guardian of the North Quadrant of our universe.
I'm losing it.
Beta 11? You know, he's a really important character. How do you not know him? Do you not remember him earlier in this story?
No, I don't.
You missed out.
I don't.
Zordon said, Hotaru will stay behind to give you guidance when you need it. If things get really
Except
bad,
for me.
the others can help as
Except for
needed.
I
Remember,
can't fucking do shit. I'm a fucking head.
remember you are the Power Rangers, the last hope of this Earth and the universe. We do not know who's
'Cause-
behind this threat yet, or why they have targeted this plant, but it is your mission to stop them. William said, we just did. Zordon said he was just a pawn to the villain who is now in this world.
Zordon done bitch slapped William for disrespecting him like that.
After talking to Zordon, the Rangers teleported back to the village of Vandalia. Hame Sennin had bought a place in town to live.
What?
Of course.
Oh yeah, fuck going back to Japan. My homeland. I was kidnapped by a big head. But somehow Japan, the country famously known for not being connected to the outside world, knows who the fucking Prince of Earth is.
Oh, yeah, it's the medieval times. Everybody knows who Prince Endymion is.
No,
That's
this is the time in Japan where Japan especially would not have any knowledge. just let's keep going.
Look, in medieval times, everyone knows Prince Endymion. He's like a celebrity. Doesn't matter where you live. The Congos, you know Prince Endymion. Antarctica, that polar bear, he knows Prince Endymion.
Yep, we did. We know about him down here in Antarctica where polar bears definitely live.
They looked around, and the town was dead silent. Thomas said, I wonder what happened. Just then, one of the villagers ran up to them and said,
Where have you been? You missed all the action? Some warriors just saved us from a demon creature. Not to mention what just happened at the castle.
Lucille asked,
What happened?
the villager said,
The Count's grandchild was just born. Oh, great. We were so worried about the Count's grandchild being born.
we didn't even know that
so
was happening until now. William asked, Is it a boy or a girl? The villager replied,
I'm pleased to announce he has a grandson. If he had another granddaughter, she'd be down in the fucking mines.
Sarah asked,
What's the little guy's name?
the villager said,
His name is Daniel.
I don't care. I don't care about this. Why is this going to be important in the next chapter? I hope
I
so.
hope you liked the first fic of my newest series. Did you see the references to some of my other fics? If you did, send me an email. The first one to name the references or
Don't.
answer all the questions will win an award. If we ever have a fanfiction award ceremony, I would submit this fic.
Please do.
Next time, the one of the villagers has an image problem, and the rangers are jealous. But when the enemy targets him, the rangers realize to look in the heart in another attack, different as apples and oranges.
I can't. We're already recording an hour, 30 minutes. I can't do the second chapter of this bullshit.
We will cover it next time, either a part of this month or just separately. This was a great find, Grim.
I'm glad I found it. This is hilarious.
Why is Cloud there?
You don't remember Cloud from all the medieval text?
Oh yeah, I forgot in the Dead Sea Scrolls there was just a blonde guy with a sword on his back.
Well, see, that's...
Oh, by the way, I'm looking at... What?
No, what were you saying?
I'm looking at the reviews. For Chapter 1, Sailor Dragonball 87 says, Is Cloud a canon character? Well, in Final Fantasy, yeah. Why did you make Roshi a power... Roshi?
Wait,
Kami
hold on.
Roshi's name is Kami Sennin.
God damn it.
Oh my god, okay.
God, why?
Young
Is that why he is?
master?
Is this why he became a pervert? He saw Queen Serenity.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Canonically,
he lives about 300 years old. He probably wouldn't be around in medieval times. Well, he's in medieval times, so you know. Medieval times. Why are all the Power Rangers from Germany? Because it takes place in Germany. Come on.
I know.
Read the story.
Also,
it's like asking why are all these Rangers Americans?
Second one. OMG, dude, you've got some serious skills here. I wish I could write like that. Lucky. Loved it.
Dirty
Aw,
cheese.
okay.
Also, can we talk about the first reviewer's
Dirty
name
cheese
of
is for next
Sailor
chapter.
Dragonball
Oh, sorry.
87? That is top tier.
The ball of 87.
The ball of it.
Oh, and by the way, I was checking out Stealth Photographer's profile.
Yeah.
Their last story was updated in 2023, so if they're still around and they catch this video, we want you to know you brought us a lot of joy today. We love you and we appreciate you and we cherish you for this. This is great.
We understand.
We don't
it
mean
was
to. We don't
20
want to
years
rag you
ago.
too hard.
Thank you for this. Yeah, and I'll obviously leave Stealth Photographer alone. They're trying to stealthily take pictures of everyone right now. They do not
They're
need you
trying to
bothering them.
stealthily take pictures of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Oh, of course.
Because most of their story pictures is just that picture.
That's probably just because it's their profile pic,
Bar
right?
one with Danganronpa.
Yeah, this is their profile picture.
Wait a
so
dang
yeah.
minute. Hang on a second. Orange is supposed to be the next guy. So does that mean Apple, canonically, Apple is Orange's sibling?
Oh, sure.
Dun-dun-dun.
I can't think. No, we can't.
Oh.
I gotta step away.
Yeah, check us out on Discord. We're a lot of fun. We get up to all sorts of wacky shenanigans.
Indeed.
You can always recommend us stories you find that you think are funny that are written unironically.
Like this one.
Yeah. Like this one. And we have more dinosaur stories on the way and before, so make sure you check those out as well. And remember...
Oh,
you can do it.
You know, it's fine, please.
And remember, if you do not like, do not read. Later.
Bye.